Chapter 36 Artificial Intelligence, Work Tools, and Efficient Production. A first disclaimer. All persons in this book are fictional. All statements, regardless of topic, are just that, statements. Some are rooted in empirical facts, while others are pure fantasy. My goal is to strike a balance between vision and reality, between fiction and fact, in such a way that the audience can recognize themselves and continue playing with the swarm of ideas and notions. The book has no ambition to preach an overarching goal, but instead questions accepted truths. In this way, in a Socratic manner, the rest is left to the audience. Let us begin with the last thing first. Production. Efficient production. As long as humans have existed, some form of production has taken place. Fundamentally, all living beings are producers. We need food and move to where the food is, bring it home, and put it on shelves and in cupboards before it is taken out again, cooked, and eaten. The activity from gathering to consumption forms a production chain. The beaver builds its lodge at the river's edge. The bird builds its nest. We humans build houses, barns, and many other useful things. The farmer goes from small-scale farming to large-scale operations, and production grows and becomes extensive, and it must be run efficiently. Competition at all levels forces us to think efficiently if we are to survive the race. We must do things faster. The emergence of large production companies is founded on years of tradition involving hard work. This is so self-evident that we take it for granted. Work tools become important with regard to efficient production. We constantly improve all kinds of work tools. Innovation is welcomed, but also met with skepticism. An efficient production tool can streamline operations so radically that human labor becomes superfluous. And this is where we have found ourselves for some time. People lose their jobs because machines do the work faster, better, and far more efficiently. All industries encounter this phenomenon to greater or lesser degrees. One example is Walter. He was educated as a church musician and composer. During his studies and in the happy 1960s and 70s, Walter could enjoy both education and professional practice in the good old analog way. When, in his role as a cantor, he conducted the church choir, all participants had sheet music on paper. When he prepared and composed Sunday's cantata, he wrote the score in pencil and had the choir members copy their parts with pencil and paper. This worked well, but took some time. Composers, musicians, and conductors had done this work in this way for years. The advent of electricity did not change much in that tradition until it found its way into instruments and copying equipment. Then things changed quickly. One could reproduce the same sheet music in large quantities. The physical labor of copying became superfluous. We had acquired a machine that did this faster and more efficiently. Then the instruments were electrified, and their sound accordingly. Worse, that first. This gradually improved. And today it can be difficult to hear the difference between an analog and a digital instrument. The living musician was eventually replaced by loudspeakers and sound systems. The musician's profession became endangered. But fortunately not completely. Some held on to the good old ways, and the tenacity of the analog musician lives on in the best sense. But the profession of musician is uncertain, as it always has been, and now the musician is threatened by the machine. Most composers have flirted with electronic innovations. We accepted it when the German composer Karlheinz Stockhausen sat behind the controls in Cologne and made electronic ping-plong sounds. When our own Arne Nordheim did the same at NRK and the Henny Onstad Art Center. The Finnish master composer Kaija Saariaho went to the IRCAM Center in Paris and made electronic music. Some reacted negatively, but as always things settled down, and the new ping-plong came to stay. So whether one flirts with or fully devotes oneself to electronics, it can actually bring recognition, provided, of course, that the person already has a certain artistic status. Walter remembers well the 1980s when he acquired his first synthesizer, an analog Moog and an analog Jupiter 8 from the company Roland. He later also bought an electric piano, a Fender Rhodes. This was the instrument lineup in every modern recording studio at the time. He even acquired a drum machine and used it in a studio production in 1982, where the drummer was replaced by the machine because the machine was more precise. And so it has gone, step by step, in this industry over the past 50 years. And what is now coming in full force? Artificial intelligence. So those of you who groan about this, take a look at history. We only have ourselves to thank. This is here to stay. Let us hope it can bring something good with it in the years to come.